Have you ever wondered how ancient wisdom could transform your modern life? Today we explore the timeless teachings of Buddha to uncover secrets for a fulfilling life. Buddhism, a philosophy that has stood the test of time, continues to offer profound insights that resonate in our fast-paced digital world. This is not a path of spiritual rituals or cultural traditions alone. Instead, it's a journey into understanding the nature of our minds and the world around us. Buddhism provides practical advice for living a life filled with wisdom, compassion and inner peace. Its teachings, like the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, are tools to navigate life's complexities with a sense of calm and understanding. So, how can these ancient principles, conceived thousands of years ago, be applicable in the hustle and bustle of the 21st century? Let's find out. Buddha's first significant teaching is the Four Noble Truths, a profound understanding of life's nature. These truths are the cornerstone of Buddhism, providing a clear framework to comprehend our reality. The first noble truth is dukkha, often translated as suffering, but it's more than just physical or mental pain. It refers to the inherent unsatisfactoriness of life. Every fleeting moment of happiness is transient, every possession temporary. From the minor annoyance of a rainy day to the profound grief of losing a loved one, dukkha pervades life. The second noble truth is the origin of dukkha. Buddha taught that dukkha arises from our desires and attachments. We crave for things that are impermanent, setting ourselves up for disappointment. Our thirst for more money, more success, more pleasure, is never quenched. We're like hamsters on a wheel, forever running but never reaching our destination. This might seem bleak, but here's where the third noble truth, the cessation of dukkha, brings hope. Buddha taught that it's possible to end dukkha by extinguishing our desires and attachments. Imagine the serene calm of a still lake, undisturbed by the winds of craving. That's the peace we can achieve. The fourth noble truth is the path leading to the cessation of dukkha. It's not enough to simply know that we can end dukkha. We need a roadmap to get there. This is where the Eightfold Path comes in, which we'll delve into in the next scene. So, how do we apply these truths to our lives? Consider the first truth when you're feeling frustrated or unhappy. Recognize that dukkha is a part of life, and it's okay to feel these emotions. With the second truth, observe your desires and attachments. Are you chasing after fleeting pleasures or clinging onto things that are impermanent? The third truth reminds us that it's possible to find peace. When you're feeling overwhelmed, remember that tranquility is within your reach. You don't have to be swept away by the storm of desires and attachments. And finally, the fourth truth is a call to action. It's an invitation to embark on the Eightfold Path, a journey towards understanding, compassion, and inner peace. These truths give us a clear understanding of life. They're not just philosophical concepts, but practical tools we can use every day. They teach us to embrace the reality of life with all its joys and sorrows, to recognize our desires and attachments, and to seek a path towards serenity and wisdom. Now let's discover how to navigate it smoothly. The Eightfold Path represents Buddha's practical guide to leading a balanced and fulfilling life. This path is not about achieving perfection, but about cultivating a way of living that brings us closer to wisdom, compassion, and inner peace. Let's delve into these 8 steps and see how they can be woven into the fabric of our daily lives. First on the path is right understanding. This involves seeing the world as it truly is, not as we wish or fear it to be. It's about acknowledging the impermanence of life, the interconnectedness of all beings, and the realities of suffering and joy. Next is right thought. This step encourages us to cultivate a mindset of kindness, compassion, and renunciation. It's about choosing thoughts that foster positivity and understanding, rather than those that breed negativity and confusion. Third on the path is right speech. This means communicating in a way that is truthful, kind, helpful, and timely. It's about using our words to build bridges of understanding, rather than walls of division. Fourth is right action. This involves behaving ethically and responsibly, respecting the rights and well-being of all beings. It's about making choices that align with our deeper values, rather than succumbing to transient desires or pressures. Fifth on the path is right livelihood. This encourages us to earn our living in a way that is ethical, meaningful, and beneficial to others. It's about contributing to the world in a positive way, rather than causing harm or exploitation. Next is right effort. This step invites us to cultivate wholesome qualities and abandon unwholesome ones. It's about dedicating our energy towards personal growth and the betterment of the world, rather than wasting it on unhelpful or harmful pursuits. Seventh on the path is right mindfulness. This means being fully present and aware in each moment, observing our experiences without judgment. It's about living in the here and now, rather than being lost in the past or future. Last but not least is right concentration. This involves training our minds to concentrate on a single object or theme, promoting clarity and insight. It's about cultivating a focused and steady mind, rather than one that is scattered and unstable. Each of these steps is interconnected, feeding into and supporting the others. They offer a roadmap for a life of wisdom, compassion, inner peace, and mindful living. But how can we incorporate these steps into our daily life? It starts with small, consistent efforts. For instance, we can practice right speech by being mindful of our words, or cultivate right action by making ethical choices. We can nurture right livelihood by aligning our work with our values, or foster right mindfulness by practicing presence in everyday activities. Remember, this path is not about rigid rules or instant enlightenment. It's a journey of continuous learning, growth, and transformation. And as we walk this path, we'll inevitably stumble and fall, but each misstep is an opportunity for learning and growth, not a cause for guilt or shame. So take a moment to reflect on these 8 steps. Which ones resonate with you? Which ones seem challenging? Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So take that step today and embark on your unique path towards a better life. As we walk the Eightfold Path, we encounter a crucial question. How do these steps lead to inner peace and wisdom? Let's explore. Buddhism is not just about understanding, but also about practice, particularly mindfulness and meditation. These are the keys to unlocking inner peace, the sanctuary that lies within us all. In the heart of Buddhism, mindfulness and meditation are more than mere practices. They are a way of life. Mindfulness is the active, open attention to the present. It's about observing your thoughts and feelings from a distance without judging them as good or bad. It's about being fully engaged in the here and now, not lost in the past or anxious about the future. It's about embracing each moment as it unfolds with a sense of clarity and acceptance. Meditation, on the other hand, is the intentional practice of mindfulness. It's a tool to cultivate a deeper understanding of oneself and the world around. It's about quieting the mental chatter, finding stillness amidst the chaos. It's about becoming a silent observer of your own mind, watching thoughts come and go without getting caught up in them. But how does one begin this journey towards mindfulness and meditation? If you're a beginner, start small. Dedicate a few minutes each day to simply be in the moment. It could be while sipping your morning coffee, taking a walk, or just sitting quietly. Observe your surroundings, notice the sensations in your body. Pay attention to your breath. Allow yourself to be fully present, fully aware. When it comes to meditation, start with just 2 minutes a day. Find a quiet place, sit comfortably, close your eyes and just breathe. Focus on your breath as it goes in and out. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to your breath. Remember, it's okay to have thoughts during meditation. The goal is not to empty the mind, but to become aware of it. Over time, as you cultivate mindfulness and meditation, you'll start to notice a shift. You'll find yourself more calm, more centered, and more at peace, even amidst life's turbulence. You'll discover the tranquility that lies within, the tranquility that is your birthright. While inner peace is a vital goal, Buddhism also teaches us about the power of compassion. But what does true compassion look like in our world today? Buddhism teaches that wisdom and compassion go hand in hand. This profound truth has echoed through the ages, resonating in the hearts of those seeking a more meaningful existence. Compassion, or karuna in Sanskrit, is not just about empathy or sympathy. It's about feeling the suffering of others as our own and taking action to alleviate it. So, What does it mean to live compassionately? It's about moving beyond self-interest and extending our care to all beings. It's about recognizing that just as we wish to be happy and free from suffering, so do all others. This realization forms the basis of the Buddhist concept of metta, or loving kindness. Imagine walking down the street and you see a homeless person. The immediate reaction for many is to avoid eye contact and hurry past. But a compassionate response would be to acknowledge their humanity, perhaps by offering food, money, or even a kind word. Small acts of kindness can make a big difference. But compassion isn't just about grand acts of charity. It's also about how we treat those around us every day. It's about listening with an open heart when a friend shares their troubles. It's about offering support and understanding instead of judgment. It's about respecting our planet and all the creatures that share it with us. Buddhism teaches us that compassion is not a one-off act, but a way of life. It's not something we turn on and off, but a quality we cultivate within ourselves. And it's not just about others, but also about being kind to ourselves. After all, how can we truly extend compassion to others if we are not compassionate towards ourselves? Compassionate living is challenging, no doubt. It requires us to confront our biases, step out of our comfort zones, and sometimes even stand against societal norms. But it's a journey worth embarking on. For, in the words of the Buddha himself, just as a mother would protect her only child with her life, so too should one cultivate a limitless heart with regard to all beings. Compassion enriches not only others' lives, but ours as well. But how do we maintain this in the face of life's inevitable challenges? Let's explore this in the next scene. Buddhism offers profound insights on dealing with suffering and attachment, the root causes of our discontent. It teaches us that our suffering stems not from external circumstances, but from our internal perceptions and reactions to these circumstances. When we understand this, we unlock the first step to overcoming suffering: acceptance. Life is filled with moments of joy, sorrow, triumph, and defeat. Buddhism encourages us to accept these fluctuations as part of the natural course of existence. It's not about denying pain or suppressing emotions. It's about acknowledging them without letting them control us. This acceptance acts as an anchor, keeping us steady amidst the stormy seas of life. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: attachment. Attachment in Buddhist philosophy refers to our tendency to cling to people, possessions, ideas, or experiences. It's the craving for more, the fear of losing what we have, the obsession with what we don't have. This attachment is a major source of suffering because it keeps us trapped in a cycle of desire and disappointment. So, how do we break free from this cycle? Through detachment. Detachment doesn't mean disconnection or indifference. Instead, it's about embracing impermanence, understanding that change is the only constant in life. When we let go of our rigid expectations and open ourselves to the flux of life, we can experience joy and peace in their purest forms. In practical terms, we can cultivate detachment by practicing mindfulness, by focusing on the present moment without judgment or anticipation. It's about appreciating what we have while we have it without fearing its eventual loss. Another key strategy is to practice gratitude. By focusing on what we already have, we can reduce our craving for more. It's about changing our perspective from lack to abundance. Overcoming suffering and attachment is not an overnight process. It's a journey, a continual practice of acceptance, mindfulness, and gratitude. But as we tread this path, we'll find ourselves more resilient, more content, and more at peace with ourselves and the world around us. Navigating life's ups and downs is a journey. Let's explore how the culmination of these teachings brings about a profound transformation. Buddhism is not just a philosophy, but a way of life. As we draw to the end of this enlightening journey, let's recap the profound wisdom we've uncovered. We've learned about the Four Noble Truths, a mirror reflecting the realities of life, and the Eightfold Path, our compass towards a life of wisdom and tranquility. We've explored the power of mindfulness, a tool for cultivating inner peace, and the importance of compassion, a bridge connecting us to others in a meaningful way. But how do we weave these profound teachings into the fabric of our daily lives? Simple. Start small. Perhaps it's 5 minutes of mindfulness each morning, or practicing patience in a stressful situation. Remember, it's not about perfection, but about progress. As we conclude this journey, reflect on how these ancient teachings can be a beacon of light in your life, guiding you to a path of wisdom, compassion, and peace.